Okay, everyone, we're going to do a live stream here of some Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm just making sure that I get my VR headset running here. And it also might help if I have my yoke plugged in and configured as well. I did not do that before I started up the game, so I got to do that now. It's not a big deal. I just got to put it on the desk here and lock her down, plug it in. And then I just got to go into the settings here and go to controls, and I always have to turn off the quadrant portion of it because I'm not using it, and it doesn't auto deactivate. It's always active if I plug in the yoke. Okay, so let's just make sure everything else is working here. I think we have everything working. The only thing that I need now to work is my headset, which seems to be being a little bit weird right now. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, we're just gonna accept mission here. Gonna move our plane over. Got the Skyhawk. I should be using the Cub. The Cub has more power. It can pull these banners better, but I started with the Skyhawk, so I've just been using it. Manage aircraft. Just want to make sure that our fuel is good. Let's bring the fuel up to... let's do it right, guys. Let's bring it up to 3/4, refuel. Back. And, oh yeah, manage aircraft. When was the last time it was? Oh, 32 minutes ago, it's fine. I'll give it a good wash, though. Clean up the old girl. She's good on fuel and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to go fly the mission. I just wanted to get into the actual mission before we're going to enter the aircraft. Okay, now I'm going to start my VR. Perfect. Starting up the old engine here. Talking to ground.
Engine started.
I'm just going to make sure that my
You're good to proceed.
VR is properly kind of centered here.
How are you, champ? I'm Julio, your ground contact.
Okay.
Quick reminder, it's a promotional message for a local event. Hook the banner, then display it at the right speed and altitude over Playa de Medora.
Set to
Got it.
notch
We're here
1,
on the radio to
10
help,
degrees
just in
flaps.
case. Let's make it a smooth show for the client. You've got this.
Vigo ground. Cessna Alpha Sierra
Wait
X-ray
for
Golf
clearance
Sierra
here.
with Charlie. Request taxi to the active south departure.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. Taxi to and hold short of runway 19er via taxiway Charlie 1. Contact tower on 118.455 when ready.
Okay.
Taxiing. Hold short runway
over to
19er
hold
via
short.
taxiway Charlie 1. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Brakes are already off. So I don't actually have rudder pedals, so I have to use the triggers on the Velocity 1 yoke, which is fine, but I would prefer to have actual rudder pedals. Then I could control the rudder a lot better, but that's okay. We can manage. Alright, just coming up nice and gentle. Gonna put the brakes on here. Slow down. Request getting
Vigo
onto the
Tower.
runway.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra ready at runway 19er. Departure to the south.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra. QNH 1013 south departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 19er.
Cleared for takeoff runway 19er.
And let's move
Cessna
on.
X-ray Golf Sierra.
So, just enough throttle to get the aircraft rolling here. We don't want to overspeed with the taxiing down the runway, which is actually pretty easy. Give it a little bit of throttle. Basically just trying to give it enough throttle to get down to the end of the runway there. Nice day out. We're there. There's our pickup for the banner that we got to pick up right there. Let's try to actually stay in the middle of the runway instead of just all over the place here. And I'm just going to turn around down right around this area here. This is plenty of runway for this plane. Plenty of runway. Unless you're having real issues. So I'm just going to turn around here. That's probably not legal, like, you know, the real planes, but that's why I'm flying, you know, in a simulator. Okay. Turn the aircraft around right here. It may not even let me. It might be like, you got, no, it'll do the climb. Cool. Alright, so flaps are down. Everything seems okay. Full throttle. Brakes are still on. And now I'm going to let the brakes off and go. Airspeed is alive. Wait till about 60 knots and then I'll take off. So about 50. It's already wanting to. 60 knots, lifting off. Okay, heading up to 1,300 feet. Putting my flaps up. And I think we have to bank off to the left here. I should actually have my little computer on there so that we can see our flight here.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra. Continue for south departure.
There we go. So And yeah, okay.
Vigo Tower.
Now you can see
Cessna
the
Alpha, Sierra,
game markers
X-ray
to
Golf
help me do
Sierra.
it.
Remember you have
Continue
to release the
south
tail hook
departure.
to pick up the banner. The mechanism is located near your seat.
Yeah, I
Secure
gotta
your
drop my
banner
hook.
attachment. Aim directly between the two poles. It's so awesome when you fly low with your wings tilted. Then I hear the click of the tow line, and you shoot back up at full throttle with the banner behind. I've alerted other aircraft in the area that you're engaged in a tow operation. You're safe to proceed.
A little bit of rudder. And I'm gonna put the hook down. There you can see the hook went down. Back up, down. Oh, lots of rudder there. Let's not crash the plane. Okay. Full throttle doing 105 knots. Just pulling the throttle back just a little bit because I don't want to redline the motor. Let's do a hard turn here. A little bit of rudder. .123 124 knots. We have a 4 knot tailwind. That's probably why we're moving so quickly. I'm going to start slowing the aircraft down. So let's see, I got it down almost to idle. As soon as he gets to around 100 knots, I'll drop first set of flaps, bringing the throttle up to about a third. I think that I'll just leave the first set of flaps in until I'm getting over the airport or runway there to pick up the banner. So we'll just go with the first set of flaps, just leave it around 100, under 100 knots, and fly the pattern. A little bit of rudder just to help make the corner. Rudder out again. Very little rudder, like just enough to kind of tip it over. Slowing the aircraft down because we're descending. I don't want to get it over 100 knots. So about 105 knots, I think, is when it warns me with the flaps down. So with the one set of flaps down. So just trying to come in for the runway here. A little bit of rudder just to bring it in. So just waiting for the aircraft to slow down, bringing the throttle right down to idle. So now we're 82 knots airspeed, dropping second set of flaps. That'll really start to slow us down. We're down to the 70s for knots, and I'm just bringing up my throttle to about a third. I'm just trying to keep it basically. I'm gonna even slow it down again. I just want to try to keep it in the 67 knot range, somewhere in there. So just trying to just make sure my hook is out. Don't want to land the plane, of course. So we're at 57 knots. So I'm going to give it a little bit more throttle just to try to keep it up in the more 60, 70 area. Of course, we don't want to go past our 72 knots. And then I'm going to just dive it a little bit here. And then hook it. There, it's hooked. Now full throttle, leaving my flaps in for a little bit here. I want to get my speed up.
Just so you know, the hook zone is where you'll drop the banner once you're finished.
So as soon as it gets to like 70, so putting the first set of flaps up, just trying to get my airspeed up here to like in the 80s, and then I'll just drop all the flaps, put them all back to regular. As you can tell, I'm not a pilot. I just talk gibberish. Okay, well, we're gonna 77 knots. Okay, I'm just putting all the flaps up to normal flight here, and heading for our pass, where we fly the banner. Full throttle here, 2600 RPM. It'll redline as soon as it touches 2700 RPM, so got to keep it below that. And we're running at 88 knots. I can feel the wind a little bit. It's only 3 knots, but I can still feel it a little bit. It's pushing the plane around just a touch. Climbing at 850 feet a minute. Excuse me. Had a good lunch today. Feeling a little burpy. So I don't really know what the actual pilots do for doing these like banner tows. What I've been doing is basically running with one set of flaps, so 10 degrees flaps, and whatever throttle it takes to keep it under. They want me to fly under 72 knots for the whole thing when we get to the actual fly zone there. So that's what I've been doing. If somebody else has better ways to do this, awesome. Let's hear about it. I'm going to trim it out a little bit. Oh, did I even set my trim up? I don't even think I set my trim up, I can tell. Well, that's a bummer. I can fly without it, but I have to open up a third-party app every time I want to use trim on my throttle quadrant. That's an interesting bridge thing going on over there.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Vigo Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Frequency change.
Beautiful scenery out there. When this plane gets to like 109, 110 knots, it seems to level itself out quite well without any, it's like its sweet spot for flying. Although it is starting to dive a little bit. See, we got our engine revved out too high, so let's pull the throttle back just a little bit. Start slowing down. Let's bring it down to like half throttle here as we get to the approach. That banner does create quite a bit of drag.
Make sure the banner's readable from below. The angle to the coastal
I'm
zone
gonna drop
is
my
key.
throttle. Dive. I think they want us to go. So we're getting kind of fast here. They want us to go that way, okay. Okay. So just trying to get the aircraft speed. I'm throwing a little bit of rudder here just to help slow it down. Throwing in a little bit of rudder. Try to turn that way anyways, because that's the way they want us to fly. So full rudder right now. Really slowing the aircraft down, putting 1 notch of flaps in. Maybe I messed it all up. Maybe it doesn't know what it's doing anymore. There we go. Okay, so putting it up to about half throttle, and I'm stalling because I was fooling around too much in there, so I'm going to give it lots of throttle to just get me back up into the 60 knot range, and then bring the throttle back to like about there. I want to give it some more throttle. I don't want to be in the 50 knot range. I'm stalling, see. A little bit more throttle. Starting to get a little fast because we don't want to go over 72 knots and 68 there. So,
Curious what's written on your banner?
I hadn't really thought about it, but I'm going to slow down just because I'm getting close to
If
72
the vibe is
knots.
right, it could be a fun time. Maybe I should go and see how it goes. Good idea.
And if there's people out there that have watched this that can get, put in the comments better ways to do this, let me know. I'd be interested to know. Nice, beautiful scenery, I tell you. Reminds me of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. Just going to drop the throttle back just a touch, getting close to that 72 knots there. See our plane here, you can see our thing, our tow rope.
Hey, quick tip. Let's say you're at the beach, chilling on the sand and all. You look up at the sky, and here it is. You can't miss the message. Good job.
Oh, we're getting a little bit fast there, see? So I'm going to just slow down just so that we get back to our 72 knots or less. And just put the throttle back in just a touch. I'm not using any rudder at all right now. I'm just flying with the yoke. Getting really slow here, so we're going to start stalling again. So I'm giving a little bit more throttle. Just so that we don't stall. I'm just trying to get our airspeed back up here with all those tight turns. Now our airspeed's back up, so bringing my throttle back. Yeah, we're flying pretty slow right now. Like, we're just starting to get to 60 knots now. That's why I leave one set of flaps, and it just seems to stabilize the aircraft, and I'm able to kind of leave the throttle where it is and then just fly the course. I've done it without flaps before, but I feel like I was playing with the throttle a lot more. Now I'm stalling, so I'm going to give it some throttle. Hopefully we don't fall out of the air.
The visibility today was great. The client got their money's worth.
Right on.
I see
So,
you're heading to the
full
drop
throttle.
zone. See you shortly.
Announcing what I'm doing. Taking the
Vigo
flaps
Tower,
out.
Cessna Alpha Sierra
Try not to
X-ray
stall,
Golf Sierra
'cause I got
is
low
11 miles
airspeed.
southwest, 600 with Charlie to
And
land.
then as soon as I get, up into the 80, 90
Cessna Alpha
knots,
Sierra
I'll
X-ray
start
Golf
climbing.
Sierra, Vigo Tower. QNH 101 make left downwind runway 19er.
Okay, yes sir. So, just climbing up. Having to put in some right ailerons here to keep the plane level. We got about a 4 knot wind coming from the right, which would be a south wind. That's full throttle, and we're doing 67, 68 knots. I'm gonna try and get a little bit more airspeed, and then we'll try climbing some more here. And we do have like almost a tailwind, but not quite. I guess I could turn this on too if I wanted to. Doesn't really matter to me. Because it moves my throttle information and everything over to the other side of the plane, which, it doesn't really matter, but I like having everything right in front of me. But it gives you the map of the area. Literally trying to fly as fast as I can here. Just drop the banner here and get there faster. Just drop it right here on the road or something. I wouldn't have very many clients after that, I'm sure. We are climbing at 500 feet a minute. That's probably another reason why we're kind of slow right now. I've dive bombed this aircraft to about 135 knots, doing the skydiving missions, because they're like, see how fast you can land, and I'm basically like throttling it towards the ground. Yeah, once you get this airplane into like the 110 knot area, it likes that speed. It's like its cruise speed in this simulator. I'm gonna just pull like throttle back just a touch, because it looks like it's gonna redline. I think my favorite way to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator is with a VR headset. I may get a couple of TVs in the future and do it that way. Just then you can have more tactile stuff in front of you, and controls and everything that you can mess with. Get tablets or other devices, whatever, to make it more like a cockpit. But if you're on a budget and you want the immersive experience, doing it in VR is really quite cool, and that's what I prefer at this stage in my life. Okay, I'm just looking for the runway right now. Oh, it's right over there. Okay. I'm just trying to fly the approach that they want me to fly. Looks like they want me to turn down that way.
JC adverts LTD. Bus 3. Waiting for the banner at the drop zone. Don't forget to release it nice and slow. That banner is expensive, so please be careful when releasing it.
Dropping my throttle here. I'm not really sure what they're trying to get me to do for dropping this. If they want me to go down to the other end of the runway and come back, or if they want me to oh, I see. That's what they wanted. Yeah. Okay. I'll fly their approach that they want me to fly.
Be careful when you drop the banner. If you're too high up, you can mess up the gear.
As you can tell,
it'll scrape against the ground and get shredded. Keep
definitely not a pilot.
72 knots to preserve the banner, please.
I just
JC adverts LTD.
dangerously fool around. It's a good thing I'm only in the flight simulator. If I was in real life, man, I tell you, somebody might end up hurt real bad.
Releasing the banner. You don't want to damage other aircraft parked nearby.
I'm going to put my first set of flaps in, and I probably will put the second in once I'm lining up with the drop zone. Just going to put in a little bit of rudder here to help turn. More throttle. The Cessna 172 definitely has a just adequate motor in it. Just adequate. But that's good for training and for just general flying and all that kind of stuff. You don't need anything real powerful. I like the Cessna 172. It's a fun little plane. I'd love to try one out in real life. So slowing down, yeah, because we're in 103 knots. Yeah, I'm slowing way down, dropping my throttle. Pretty much to idle here. Straightening out. You can see the marks where they're giving the drop zone area there, the blue down there, and that's where I'm headed. I'm dropping my other set of flaps now, so I'm in 20% flaps, putting in the throttle. They want me to be dropping this under 72 knots as far as I remember, so we're at 71.
Buzz
DC
3
adverts
JC adverts
LTD. Buzz
LTD.
3 okay.
Approaching
Everything's
DZ.
ready.
And just giving it some more throttle. Trying to come in nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. And release. Full throttle. Pin
Perfect.
taking up.
You're right on target. We'll take care of the rest. See you next time.
And climbing 1,400 feet. And one set of flaps out. And I'm just going to follow the pattern. Second set of flaps up, full throttle. Now let's see how smoothly we can land this old girl. Oh yeah, we're redlining the motor here, so let's throttle back just a bit. A little bit of rudder here in this turn. And really cranking it on a steep turn there. .94 knots as we round this corner here. Yeah, I don't want a little bit of rudder just to keep her coming around the corner. There we go. In case anybody's wondering what I'm using for hardware, I'm using the Velocity 1 yoke without its original throttle quadrant. I broke it, so after breaking that, I bought the the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, and it's been very, very nice. I think I paid total of $500 off of Walmart in Canada. And nobody is sponsoring any of this. This is all out of my money. Okay, so it's gonna slow down here. Just get her to near 100 knots. Yeah, here we go. First set of flaps in. Just gonna try to, yeah, like I've just got like just over a quarter throttle maybe, and just try to bring her in nice and easy. Once I straighten out for the runway, I'll put in my second set of flaps there and do that. So dropping my throttle back again, starting to climb up in speed and airspeed. Just trying to be gentle. Watching my RPM, throttle. Giving it just a little bit of throttle because I don't want to stall coming around this corner here. And I can tell that I'm not on the glide slope that they want me on, obviously, for anybody that is an actual pilot out there. I'm going to put my second set of flaps in to slow the aircraft way down. I'm pretty much still idling it. I'm trying to get to the glide slope. There we go. We're starting to see the... there we go. We'll do that. Try to get that the way it is. I'm just going to put in a little bit more throttle just to try to keep my airspeed up. I'm starting to go up too high here. A little bit more throttle. Yeah, you can see that we're coming in too high. And so I'm just gonna let her sink down here. and try to bring her in nice. Let her stall onto the airstrip. There you go. That wasn't a very good landing.
Sierra, turn next taxiway.
Okay, we'll turn next taxiway. At least we didn't wreck anything, crunch the landing gear, land in an undesignated area. I've done that lots.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, turn next taxiway.
Yes, sir. As you command, sir.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, contact ground on 121.705.
Okay.
121.705 for Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Brakes on, slow her down, brakes, 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 and stop.
Vigo ground. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf
Put my flaps
Sierra.
back up.
Request taxi to parking.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Taxi to Gate Bravo 1 using taxiway Charlie 1.
And Charlie 1 it is.
Taxiing to Gate Bravo 1 using taxiway Charlie 1. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Pretty happy with the performance of the NVIDIA 3090. It's I got my graphics on ultra everything, I think, and it's doing very, very well. Looks good. Brakes, nice and gentle.
The client just called. He's super happy. We've greatly
Just trying to get into the actual. There we go. Brakes on.
The client just called.
And
He's super happy.
parking brake on.
We've greatly contributed.
And shutting the aircraft down. Alright, what do we get for a score here? Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it could be worse. I think I got 2 mistakes for flaps. Oh, 100%. There we go. So I didn't quite make super with it because I was low on my positioning, and execution was retrieval time, I guess, was the worst. No, well, banner precision drop was the worst, but oh well. Life goes on. And that's that. A little bit of change, and a little bit on the reputation, and a little bit of experience. There you go. And I'm gonna shut her down there.